pronounce blessings upon them. Thank you so much for these who are here on time, those who have been calling upon your name in prayer. We pray that your mercy cover those who are traveling, that they will arrive safely. Thank you for always having a rhema word that fits our regular everyday life. For your glory, honor, and praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Praise God. Mark chapter 12, verse 41. Now, if you have Amplified Classic, let's go there. Now, I want to continue working in this same area because God has confirmed in His Word that one of the reasons why we're not able to live in faith properly is because we don't give in faith. And it's a faith move because of so many varying circumstances beyond our knowing. We have misrepresented God in the teaching. For years we taught just the tithe belonged to God, which meant you were free to do whatever you wanted with the 90. Not true. He said, that's why your money is messed up. You've robbed me in tithe and offering. All right? And then we start teaching people, well, the tithe and offering belong to God, and you can do what you want with the rest. That's not what the Bible teaches. We don't own none of it. We're stewards of all of it. Manage means it belongs to somebody else. And it's the acid test of God. I need to know how you will treat somebody else's stuff, because when you show me that you can treat somebody else's stuff with respect, I'll give you yours. Which is coincidentally why most of us never get ours, because we haven't learned how to take care of somebody else's stuff. I want you to see that in the scriptures, Jesus then and now pays attention during the offering. We don't, He does. All right? Now, watch this in the Amplified Classic, Mark chapter 12. Let's start reading at verse 41.
And he sat down opposite the treasury and saw how the crowd was casting money into the treasury. Many rich people were throwing in large sums.
Because that's how you give when Jesus is sitting there. And how we do when somebody's watching. Yeah. When you don't have offerings. See, when you have 50s, 20s, 100s, whatever, you don't roll it up. It's out straight.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need. See, notice the difference when we give. See, when it's change, those people, we almost put our hand all the way in the thing. You know, and drop it in soft because we don't want nobody to know. Or if it's $2 or $3, you know, we didn't ball it up tight and, you know, put our whole hand in there because we don't want nobody to see. Watch this. Many rich people, it says, throwing in large sums of money. Watch 42.
And a widow who was poverty-stricken came and put in 2 copper mites, the smallest of coins, which together make half a cent.
She didn't even have a penny. I just want you to think about that. What she gave was half a penny. Wait a minute. What kind of woman?
Poverty stricken.
Yeah, you went right past the first part.
She was a widow.
You know what that means?
She have a husband.
Which means she has no retirement.
Yeah.
See, not only was the husband's job to take care of the wife, but right behind that, it was also his duty, I gotta impregnate you and at least leave you a son so that when I die, the son takes care of you until you die.
Right.
That was the order of the day. So husband dead, no kids. As a woman, you were stuck out. You weren't even allowed to transact business. And she was poor. Watch this. But was in the worship. Isn't that amazing? Watch this. And Jesus took note of her. Watch this. Not only in the worship service, do you know how easily she could have just, when it was offering time, I ain't going up there.
Right.
After all, do you see? Now, if they put big money, you know, they just to the 9.
Right.
And they dropping all kind of big money. Ain't no envelopes. I mean, just so that people can see the money being put in. Now, she see it like everybody else. You know how shameful, how embarrassing? If I'm poor, I'm probably not dressed the best. I probably don't look the best. And if I go up here and put these 2 coins in less than 0.5%, they putting paper money in. Everybody will know how poor I am. But watch this. When the call came, let's give to God. Wow. Luke's version said it was an offering to God. That's all that mattered to her. I want to give. I came prepared to give God what I have. Wait a minute. See, what is the purpose of this? See, we want to magnify the amount. God is concerned with how you gave, what you gave. See, most of us in our giving, we struggle because we zoom in on what's left. I ain't got but $20. You know, I want to give 10, but I can't because I don't get paid till Friday. I still got to get gas. Nobody care about your schedule. Watch this. Watch this. So she doesn't have a husband, no kids, and it says, what is poverty stricken? Watch this. What was the 2 coins going to do for her? You won't say nothing?
Nothing.
Two copper mites. It said the smallest of coins. You didn't have a lower monetary denomination than that. Can you imagine this lady in the line behind millionaires? No shame, no anguish because I'm not giving to y'all.
Right.
And I'm not giving for y'all. Wait a minute. She has no idea Jesus is watching the whole scene. And this is so powerful, it becomes a teaching moment. Because he knew the disciples would have missed the whole scene. Look at verse 43.
And he called his disciples to him.
Get up, and I mean come over here right now.
And said to them, truly and surely I tell you,
what's this?
This widow, she who is poverty-stricken, has put in more than all those contributing to the treasury.
Wait. Did you hear what Jesus said? Now you know the disciples missed it.
Yeah.
Hold on, Jesus. Do you see what kind of money they've been putting in the offering? Ain't no way you expect me to believe that this poor lady, it didn't say put in comparable to what they gave. You missed what he said. Look at it again. He said she has put in more than English.
More than a millionaire.
Jesus said, go on in the back and count the money. Count all that they gave. And when you add up all that they gave, she gave more than what they gave. don't even make sense in the natural. You know, you ain't finna. You done put in $400 or $500. Here's somebody that put in $2,000 or $3,000. You done hear Rosalind wrote a check for $10,000. And here's somebody come over here and put in 50 cents. And the deacon's talking about, hallelujah! Praise the Lord! Hallelujah! And you trying to figure out, oh Lord, hallelujah, what did they give today? And now you showing up to it when they announce, you know, we ain't supposed to make no announcement, but we got to announce this today. This sister just gave 50 cents! Now you done changed your whole expression. What's the big deal? See, that don't mean nothing to you. Because you don't know the lady. You don't know her situation. You don't know her circumstance. Watch this. Look at 44 and then we got to move.
For they all threw in out of their abundance, but she, out of her deep poverty, has put in everything that she had, even all she had on which to live.
What kind of offering was that?
Like a fish.
Yeah.
So now, Keisha, with 2 coins, how easy, if I'm going to give? If I'm going to give something,
I give one.
I'll give one.
Right.
Because I still got to have,
Something.
even though it ain't much, I got to have something to live off of. I ain't got nothing. No. What kind of giving is this then? See, we examine a cheerful giver. But it says, out of her deep poverty, she really could have kept that. She put in, that's everything she had. Wow. That's all she had on which to live. You're looking, but you ain't listening. What does she leave church with to go back home with what? So if I needed groceries, if I needed whatever, it don't matter because I gave it all in the service. Philippians chapter 4, verse 10.
Yeah.
See, you can give like that when you look past the person and your focus is on the ministry. It costs for this word to go where it goes. Just because you didn't contribute anything don't mean the word goes for free.
Right.
It's costing somebody for the word to go where God needs for it to go. I want you to see this one. I don't have a lot. But in order to have the 2 coins, God had to at least bless her to have that. And all Jesus wanted somebody to know was, see, we look at our stuff and think, you know, okay, I done mismanaged money. I done blew past my tithes and offering, and this is all I got. It ain't gonna, I might as well keep it. It ain't going to make no difference. We always want to minimize what we have. And all Jesus is saying is, it's not the amount. And everybody, whether it's $5 or $500,000, what's in your heart when you give? Watch this. Chapter 4, verse 10, Philippians. Come on.
I was made very happy in the Lord that now you have revived your interest in my welfare after so long a time. You were indeed thinking of me, but you had no opportunity to show it.
English. Lydia, the color of purple, was in Philippi. When Paul and Silas were in jail, it was in Philippi. when God released them and the jailer woke up out of a sleep and saw all the cells open and assumed they were all gone, he was going to kill himself. And Paul said, don't do it. Now imagine that. Woke up out of a dream, asleep, all the doors is open, and somebody talking to you out of the dark. Hey, don't kill yourself.
Right.
Ain't nobody went nowhere. We all here. Now they in jail for the work of God. The jailer said, hold on. What kind of Jesus is this we talking about? We done beat y'all and mistreated y'all. In the middle of the night, y'all singing songs and praying prayers. I'm trying to get my sleep on. The next thing I know, here's an earthquake. All of the prison doors are open. Y'all stayed? Tell me what's really going on. And the man gets saved. The Bible said he cleaned up their wounds and everything. And Paul was able to witness to this man. This was in Philippi. These people loved him, but this is a poor town. What verse 10 said was, they knew it cost for the word to go forth. And they were sending letters to Paul saying, we know it costs. We want to help. We just ain't got it this time. But we wanted you to know, if we had something, we would have given it to you so that the work can go forward. Listen at it. He said, I was made happy in the Lord. You have revived your... I didn't even know y'all felt about it like that. It's been a while since I've been there. I'm still on y'all mind. The work. You were indeed thinking of me. Watch this. But you had no opportunity to show it. We wanted to send something, Paul. We just didn't have nothing to send. But we're thinking about you. Watch this. Drop down to verse 14.
But it was right and commendable and noble of you to contribute for my needs and to share my difficulties with me.
See, but when they got something, they didn't hesitate to make sure Paul had, this is a poor town, but whatever we have that can help the work of God, we're willing to share. Watch this. Watch this. Look at 15.
And you, Philippians, yourselves well know that in the early days of the gospel ministry, when I left Macedonia, no church assembly entered into partnership with me and opened up a debit and credit account in giving and receiving except you only.
This little poor town where this little poor church was. 16, watch this.
For even in Thessalonica,
a whole nother town.
You sent me contributions for my needs, not only once, but a second time.
See, it's one thing, we'll bless Paul while he's ministering to us. Now, when he go to the other town, let them bless him. This is a poor city. We ain't worried about what they got or ain't got. All we know is the work needs to go on. He might need some help in that town. Paul says, you would have thought wherever I was going, people would have understood what it takes for the word to go out, and the blessings would have been coming. Did nobody help? Just y'all. Watch this. Watch the point he makes in 17.
Not that I seek or am eager for your gifts.
Stop. See, and it's tough when you teach properly this way. Folk always think you after something. You want something or you need something. Newsflash. How we been making it this far? You know, because we believe that we have no regard for the word or whatever, how it comes, you know, he get his like I get mine. He meant just like I am. Well, if that was true, why didn't God call you? He says, I'm not trying to get nothing. This ain't about no gift. Finish this, but I do what? 17.
Not that I seek or am eager for your gift, But I do seek and am eager for the fruit which increases to your credit, the harvest of blessings that is accumulating to your account.
God has set up a saved account, and most church people, the account is in the negative. People are being saved, but not because of your help. Wow. You're going to see the necessity of this. He says the same about me. See, in the natural eye, it looks like when you give to the preacher, it's for the preacher. No, it's so that the word can go where it goes. Watch this. And even though you ain't going where he goes, when you have given for the work of the ministry, God says when that word goes out and souls are saved, yeah, I'm going to bless the preacher for saving the soul, but he couldn't have got there unless somebody had been a blessing to him. And even though that person didn't go, their blessing went. And as a result, I'm going to add something to your account. I wish somebody was getting this. Paul said, I'm not excited about what you're giving me so that I come up. I'm excited because when you support the work of God, God adds to your account.
That's what it's saying.
Watch this. The fruit which increases to your credit, the harvest of blessing that is accumulating to your account. You don't know how, when, or where. See, it's stuff we have no right to even ask God for. But because we have an account with God, my God. Watch this. Watch this. Look at 18. We're almost there.
But I have your full payment and more. I have everything I need and am amply supplied.
That means they not only gave him. See, if he told them, I just need $50 to make it. Do you think they sent 50?
No. Say more.
No, they just said 50. He just got what he needed.
Right.
Did you hear him? I have your full payment. And
amply supplied.
no. The first one, 18.
Okay.
I have your
Full payment and more.
what is and more? See,
What he needed.
I believe he said he just needs 50. Mother Reed, well, let's make sure he got the 50. But something may come up.
Right.
Something unexpected.
Right.
Don't just give him what he needs.
Just in case.
See, this is in the book because that's how God gives.
Right.
He don't never give us what we need.
Right.
He give us what we need and
More.
he said, let me tell you something. And I want y'all to have confidence in the ones who are bringing the blessing. Did you hear him? Nobody cheated y'all. Let the record show. I got everything you sent and the extra. Oh, come on. I have your full payment and more. And as a result, I have everything I need and am amply supplied. In the group is where we get the word abundance from. Because of your giving, you put me in a position to be a blessing. You missed all of that. See, if I ran upon a person that ain't got nothing, you made sure I had everything I need, Toy, and because you gave extra, I'm in a position now, if I see somebody with nothing, I can be a blessing to them, and what I need ain't never been messed up. God. You can be generous in your giving when all your stuff is covered. So many times we done bought food, people have prepared food for us, my whole family, and let me tell you something, they can eat. We have all eaten and eaten good, and it's still food in the kitchen. And then, can I come to the room? Hey, I'm taking this to so-and-so. And what's the holdup? Go to, because at the end of the day, guess what? We didn't just eat a little bit. We have eaten to the price. We ate to the full and looked on the counter, and it was still food on the counter.
Wow.
Why wait? Because what you know is Man, we done that good. And God is so good, it's still plenty left. Well, see, then you open up your mind. Who, God? Who? Because while we've eaten to the full, it's got to be somebody that ain't had nothing to eat.
Right?
Y'all, and because when God sees that when I give, you give. When I give, you give. When I give, you give. I'll make sure you got something to keep giving.
Right.
You know why ain't nothing in your pocket but your hands? Because you don't give nothing. And this is not to beat you down. This is to liberate somebody.
Yes.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Finish the verse.
Now that I have received from Epaphroditus the gifts you sent me, they are the fragrant.
Listen to how he says this. Come on.
They are the fragrant odor of an offering and sacrifice which God welcomes and in which he delights.
Did you hear? Oh, man. I appreciate the gift, but let the record show. God saw what you did.
Amen.
This is a poor church, y'all. God saw what you did. That's why I want you to read verse 10. They sent letters and told Paul on many occasions, I wish we had something. I wish we had something. We don't do it now, but when I was a kid growing up, they used to make everybody come around to the offering table. We got plenty of folk. Mismanagement of funds, didn't have nothing, embarrassed. And periodically, Dorothy the preacher would say, I need everybody to get up. You come up here and if nothing else, you touch this table. And while you touch the table, you tell God, I ain't got nothing this time. But the next time you bless me, I will not come by this table empty. See, it was a point of obedience. It's ain't got to do with you. It's ain't about pride and all of that. See, don't become around it proud when you got something and embarrassed when you ain't got nothing. It's the same table. Watch this. Watch this. Because in their poorness they were willing to share so that the word would go forth. Watch this in 19.
And my God will liberally supply, fill to the full, your every need according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus.
You know why God fills to the full? When they bless the man of God, they fill to the full. How many know your fill to the full is not the same as God's fill to the full? Now, I want to go somewhere else, but go to Luke chapter 6. I want you to see this. This is how God does it. 6:38. It's for whoever can be free. Now understand, some folk like to be locked up. Enjoy that. When God intended for us to be free. Now, look at verse 38.
Give.
Stop. Where's the amount? But what I'm going to tell you what is implied. So he says, if you're going to give, come on and give. Because that's what you wanted to do. If we give and give right, this is what the Lord says, LaDarren. Now watch this. And
Gifts will be given to you.
stop. What is the English conjugation of the word give? How many gives is it? Principle. Then if give. It's every time, but it's the one time. Every time. So every time is one time. When you give one time right, Jamie, this is how God does it. It says, and gift.
More than one.
Gifts. Come on now. Come on, Holy Spirit.
Why are we holding back? See, we want to ask God for stuff, and there are times when God will do it, but God turns around and says, give what you want. Give and gifts. How?
Will be given to you.
Stop. Fred, every time you give and you give right, God says, don't worry about it. This ain't no safari hunt. This ain't no treasury hunt.
Right.
We ain't scavenging for gold and treasures. God says, all I need you to do, Sister Carolyn, is give with the right heart and relax. I'll make stuff come find you.
Yeah, you're gonna come find you.
Right.
I wish somebody was getting this.
That is right.
Who was here last week in Sabbath school? What did Dana say? See, that's like you remember the stakes. Watch this. Who did the stakes belong to?
Friend of her.
A classmate.
Right.
Watch this. That she hadn't seen or talked to in,
Yeah.
Wow.
but somebody that she knows and somebody he knows, somebody he knows reminded him of an activity that made him think of her.
Chase her down.
And as a result, I got some extra stuff. Watch this. See, we're missing all of this. See, those who were Bible study last night, the brother said there's 4 kinds of meat. I don't care about the other 3. As long as you remember prime. Watch this. Prime is where?
Top.
Up at the top.
Yeah.
Watch this. What kind of steaks did she say those were?
Prime.
Did you hear that? He didn't have no regular cheap steaks. He had top of the line. And Dana in the story did not say, you know, y'all was wanting a steak, and I just went through my phone and I just started calling and texting folk. I got on Facebook, and you know, sooner or later I ran this man down, and hear what she said. The man found her. Hey, do you eat meat? Sure do. I got 10 steaks, prime rib. Prime, what did you say? Prime? Yeah, top of the line steaks. What are you calling me for? Because I want to get this to you. The man had a blessing for her. He found her. The blessing found her. Amen. Give and gifts will be given to you. Not because you look for them, 100 for them, they will come find you. God said, I don't know why I got to fight my people to bless them.